guys, so for this video I filmed my full foundation routine as well as my eyebrow routine. So if you guys want to see how I do my full foundation routine plus my eyebrows, just keep watching. Hello? My baby hairs are gonna be the end of me. Okay, so the first thing I did to my face was moisturize. I moisturized with Pond's cream. I don't know if it's at Walgreens, CVS. You can even get it at Ulta, I believe. So for my next step, I prime. Right now I'm priming with Smashbox's primer, the pore minimizing one. I will be honest with you guys, I'm really oily and this has not been cutting it for me. I still feel that I look oily within like 2 to 3 hours and that's not good. So if you guys know a good primer to use, please let me know. But yeah, I have pretty combination skin, so right here gets dry, but right here are my problems, my T-zone. My favorite foundation is Estee Lauder's Double Wear. I am in shade 5W1 Bronze. I won't lie, it's a little bit too dark for me just because I haven't seen any sun recently, and if you haven't noticed, my face does not tan. I could be super dark and my face will be stark white. So that's really good. When I go swimming, I don't wear makeup. I never wear makeup to the pool, to water parks. I'm not wasting money going to a water park and putting on makeup. People kind of look at me like, girl, you okay? You sick? Also, a dupe for this that I found is CoverGirl's 3-in-1 Outlast Stay Fabulous, and the same shade as the Estee Lauder one is 860. If you see that, it's the same shade as you. Obviously the is it Estee or Estee Lauder? Estee? Obviously this one is gonna have a bit more coverage, but it's just because it's a way more pricier. It's a good look. I'm going to be taking a Real Techniques brush. I believe it says Expert Face Brush. I use it for my foundation. All I do is spritz a little bit of water on that brush. And I'm gonna start blending it out. This foundation does dry pretty quick, so you have to work kind of fast. Do not forget that neck. So bad when I see girls in their foundation, their face looks awesome, but you can see that line. It's just like, girl. In my case, my face is way wider than my body. Make sure you hit those ears because if you pull your hair back, you're gonna be able to see that it's way wider. And one thing about this foundation I've noticed is that when you first put it on, it may not match right away and you're just like, oh my gosh, but let it oxidize, let it sit on your face for a few minutes, let it dry up, and the color will change. Hopefully for the better. I don't know why I keep doing, I'm sorry, that's annoying. So right now I'm using Rimmel London's Match Perfection and my shade is 230 Fairlight. I wanted to do a couple shades lighter than my, foundation because I am going to be contouring. Okay, and what I'm gonna be doing is making a triangle shape under my eyes, down my nose, a little by my chin. And same thing to the other side. Sometimes if I, oh hey you guys. Sometimes if my skin is acting up, I'll put the concealer under here, but my skin is behaving for once in its life, so I don't need to do all that. Okay, and after I apply the concealer, I'm going to be taking a damp beauty blender. Okay, I lied. It's actually not a beauty blender. I got it from Ulta. I'm going to be taking that damp sponge and just bouncing it on my face. I don't want to smear it. I'm literally just bouncing it. Because if I smear it, then it's literally just moving around the product. It's not pushing it into my skin. Laura Mercier's translucent baking powder. Actually, it's called translucent setting powder, but I bake with it, so baking powder. My sponge into that powder and setting it under my eyes. And just repeating that process until my under eyes are completely covered with that powder. Wearing a black shirt or a black dress or anything, I might recommend putting on another shirt because although it's translucent and you can wipe it away, I've noticed that sometimes it leaves a little bit of a white cast, like a deodorant cast almost. So that's not cute. Let's zoom you in so you can see what I'm doing up close. Right now is my foundation, my concealer, and then that translucent powder that I put under my eyes, and I'm letting it bake. The point of baking is that sometimes when you put concealer and if you just put a translucent powder and like sweep it on there, it tends to crease or it tends to look patchy throughout the day. What this is doing is it's setting into your pores, it's setting into that concealer with your body heat, it's actually melting it into there, so it locks it into place. So it's technically supposed to make it not crease, it's supposed to stay all day, it's supposed to make it look flawless and even. So, I mean, and it's worked for me, honestly. If I normally don't do this on an everyday basis, but if I know I'm gonna take pictures, or if I'm going out, or if I know I'm doing something important, I'll definitely bake, because I notice that it just makes it look like your girl got Botox up in here. A really chubby face, and I hate my cheeks. So whatever I can do to make it look like, you know, your girl's gonna do it. Hey, no barking! Okay, now for the part that everyone's been asking for, the brow routine. To be honest, I've been putting this off because I hate my eyebrows right now. I actually went to get them threaded before I went to Florida a couple months ago. I grew them out so good. They were so bushy. They were a mess, but I knew that someone could make them everything I wanted to be. What I wanted was for them to go straight and then down. I'm kind of over the whole arch. So I wanted them to go straight and then down, and she gave me exactly what I had before. So yeah, that was really good. I was really happy about that. I didn't cry or anything. Oh, and she took a hole right here. She took a hole right here. It was the first time I'd taken my boyfriend with me to see me get my eyebrows started, and I was like, oh, it's cake. Don't worry about it. I don't cry or anything. That poor guy. We sat in the car for probably 20 minutes and he tried reassuring me that I didn't look bad. They looked bad. So the main thing that I use is Anastasia's Dip Brow. I was saying I'm in dark brown. I think I could go to ebony. My hair doesn't hold color very well, so it always goes back into that dark brown color. I normally like it black, but what can you do? And I'm also using the brush that is recommended for that by Anastasia. My neighbor can see me through my window and I'm just awkwardly like, hi. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how I fill in my eyebrows now, but definitely in a couple weeks, hopefully once they grow out, I will show you the brow routine of the eyebrows that I actually want. Oh, and I'll also by that time probably do some research, get some drugstore options, because I know a lot of people were asking about that, and do like a dupes video where I do one eye with my Anastasia and then one eye with a cheaper version. Because I know there's some cheaper versions out there. Dip my brush in that dip brow, and what I'm going to be doing is starting the outline. I usually start on the top, and then just curve it down. If you notice, my hairs aren't that dark, so it definitely makes a difference. You can already tell the difference between that and that. Just going over that. And right here, I kind of just tilt my head up and follow the natural line. And drag it out more towards my nose because they do stop a little bit farther than I'd like. And then just follow the same thing on the top. And then I'm gonna do the opposite side and just brush up. Now pointing my brush up and down, I'm gonna be doing strokes like that to kind of create the same illusion as hair. Now what I'm going to be taking is Anastasia's Brow Wiz in Ebony. Now this is in a darker shade. And with that, I'm going to be taking it and creating hairs at the front. Okay, now that I did that, I'm gonna carve them out just like I did the other one. And like I said, lifting your eyebrow kind of helps get right underneath there. Then dragging down. Boom. Then doing the same for the top once again. Sometimes I just like to blend it out with my fingers because that concealer is so thick that the brush struggles to pick it up. Boom. This is my better eyebrow if you can't tell. This little guy struggles. Step of the eyebrows is to set that concealer. I'm just taking a small little blending brush. I'm going to be taking MAC Studio Fix in NW22, and I'm going to be setting that concealer. Now if I were to have eyeshadow on, I would put a highlight right there, but since I'm not doing anything after this video, I just threw on mascara. Like I said before, either I go all out and do full glam or I wear absolutely no makeup. I hate the look of just mascara. On me, that is. Maybe if I had like pretty colored eyes or something, I would dig it more, but I'm just like, bleh. Some more back into my face. I'm going to be bronzing my cheeks before I contour. I'm going to be taking Nuba's Compact Earth Powder. It looks like this. To be honest, I don't know where I got it. I just cleaned out my makeup collection a couple days ago and I forgot I had it and I haven't stopped using it since. So we've taken a small fluffy brush and just sweeping it along my cheeks. It is pretty warm, so I definitely will have to find something else for when fall comes around, but I can still get away with it for now. Definitely on my more fair skinned clients, I don't apply this because if you're even a shade lighter than me, it can tend to look orangey. Don't forget to sweep under that jawline because naturally if you were in sunlight, that would cast a shadow as well as right here. Using Kat Von D's Shade Light palette, I'm going to be taking the darkest shade in that palette and using Real Techniques angled brush. I'm gonna be hollowing out my cheekbones right underneath where I put that brown powder. Bam! And hitting up here. This is honestly my favorite part about doing makeup, is doing the face. It's like it instantly made my face go like this. Going back with that fluffy brush, I'm going to be blending them together. Always blending up because you don't want this area to look cakey, but I'll show you what to do in case it does happen to bleed down. I'm going to be taking a brush from Sephora. It's a flat angled brush, and I'm going to be hitting the sides of that. And then usually using my finger, I just blend down that line just so it's not so harsh. Alright, and taking the lightest shade in that palette, I'm just swooping it right down my nose. And then once again, just blending it out with my finger. Can you see the difference? That translucent powder. And like you see, it just seamlessly blends away. If I would have put on eyeshadow, any fallout that would have fallen onto my cheeks, it would have just... For cheeks, I'm going to be using Giorgio Armani's blush, sheer blush in number 4. And I'm going to be taking Real Technique's blush brush. I love Real Technique brushes. They're honestly so affordable, and I mean, they've lasted me quite a bit. I'll be putting a little bit of that blush onto the brush and just sweeping it across my cheeks. Starting at the apples and just going up. I want to do a pretty translucent, using a pretty translucent, I'm gonna be using a pretty translucent blush because I don't have much going on with my eyes, so I don't want it to look like too much. See how it's just a natural pinky glow, it's not too much. I think Becca's Highlight in Champagne Pop, my ultimate favorite. And I'm gonna be taking a Morphe M501. I do have a fan brush, but I've noticed that, oh, and I'm gonna be wetting the brush as well. I do have a fan brush, but I've noticed that since my skin has been acting up, I do have a lot of texture, which means I don't really necessarily have acne. It's just kind of like I have a texture to my skin. I can see it, especially when I put on makeup. And that fan brush really brings it out. So I'm like, ah! I'm just hitting it on the high points of my cheekbones. Lay it on my nose, on my cupid's bow, and on my inner corner. To clean up the bottom area, if you did notice that you got a little bit muddy, just go back with that MAC Studio Fix, whatever face powder you're using to set your foundation, and take that small brush and just go ahead and hit it. Same with the other side. See how that just cleaned that area right up? After I finish my face, at this point I would take whatever eyeshadow I wanted to use and put it on my bottom lash line. I would put bottom mascara, so I'm just gonna put on bottom mascara. Don't mind the hair, that as well, I'm trying to grow out. When I started beauty school, I told myself what everyone else does when they start beauty school. I'm not gonna chop my hair off, I'm not gonna touch it, I'm not gonna color it. So long and so healthy and so dark, and I bleached it and then I chopped it off, and now I've grown that much. So we've got quite a bit to go. Okay, I'm just gonna throw on some lip gloss. I'm actually using Buxom's lip gloss in Kimberly. The Buxom lip glosses are my favorite. And I'm not using a line or anything just because I'm not doing anything important today. Okay, and that is it for my full foundation routine and my eyebrow routine. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I was putting off this video just because I'm not happy with my eyebrows, but I promise you guys once I grow them out and they're the shape I want them to be, I will be refilming this, and I will have a video including dupes, so you guys can do this at a cheaper option if that's what you guys are looking for. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, thumbs up, let me know how you liked it, let me know any suggestions on what you want to see next. Thank you for watching.